Poverty. It's a word that conjures images of hardship, despair, and lack. It evokes the struggles of those who live without the basic necessities of life, those who face each day with uncertainty and fear. It's a reality for millions, a stark contrast to the abundance enjoyed by a privileged few. While some dine in luxury, others scavenge for scraps, highlighting the vast chasm between the haves and the have-nots. We see it on the streets, in shelters, and in the faces of children who go to bed hungry. These children, innocent and full of potential, are often trapped in a cycle of poverty that seems impossible to break. Poverty is a global epidemic, a persistent stain on the fabric of humanity. It affects every corner of the world, from bustling cities to remote villages, leaving no region untouched by its grasp. Despite centuries of progress, poverty remains a stubborn companion to human civilization. It has been a constant presence throughout history, surviving revolutions, technological advancements, and economic booms. It exists in both developing and developed nations, a testament to the complex interplay of economic, social, and political forces. In some places it is more visible, while in others it lurks in the shadows, hidden but no less real. From the slums of Mumbai to the homeless encampments of Los Angeles, poverty casts a long shadow, a constant reminder of the inequalities that plague our world. Why does poverty persist? What are the root causes that allow it to endure? Is it an inevitable consequence of human nature, an inescapable reality of our social order, or is it something that we can change, a challenge that we can rise to meet with determination and compassion? Or is it a symptom of flawed systems, a challenge that can be overcome with collective will and action? Can we, as a global community, come together to create solutions that address the root causes of poverty and lift millions out of despair? These are the questions that haunt us as we grapple with the enduring presence of poverty in a world of unprecedented wealth and opportunity. The answers are not simple, and the solutions are not easy, but the fight against poverty is one that we must continue. For in the end, the measure of our humanity is how we treat the least among us, and the legacy we leave for future generations depends on the actions we take today. At the heart of the poverty debate lies the question of economic systems. How we structure our economies has profound implications for wealth distribution and social equity. Capitalism, with its emphasis on individual initiative and free markets, has generated immense wealth, but also stark disparities. The system rewards innovation and risk-taking, leading to significant advancements in economic growth. However, the concentration of capital in the hands of a few often leaves the majority struggling to make ends meet. This disparity can create a cycle of poverty that is difficult to break, as those without resources find it challenging to access opportunities for advancement. Socialism, on the other hand, aims for a more equitable distribution of wealth but is often criticized for stifling innovation and economic growth. By prioritizing collective ownership and state control, socialism seeks to reduce the gap between the rich and the poor. The debate between these systems, and their various hybrids, continues to rage, with no clear consensus on the best way to eradicate poverty. Proponents of each system argue passionately for their preferred model, highlighting both the strengths and weaknesses inherent in each approach. Some argue that a certain level of inequality is inherent in any economic system, a necessary incentive for hard work and innovation. They believe that without the promise of financial reward, individuals may lack the motivation to strive for excellence and push the boundaries of what is possible. Others contend that extreme disparities are not only morally unjust, but also economically unsustainable, leading to social unrest and instability. They argue that when wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few, it undermines social cohesion and can lead to widespread discontent and conflict. The challenge lies in finding a balance, a system that fosters economic growth, while ensuring a fair distribution of wealth and opportunity for all members of society. This balance is crucial for creating a stable and prosperous society where everyone has the chance to succeed. This requires a nuanced understanding of the complex interplay between economic policies, social structures, and individual agency. Policymakers must consider how different economic models impact various segments of the population and strive to create systems that promote both equity and growth. Community programs and initiatives play a vital role in this effort, providing support and resources to those in need. By addressing the root causes of poverty and offering pathways to economic mobility, these programs can help bridge the gap between different economic classes. International cooperation and policymaking are also essential in addressing global poverty. By working together, countries can share best practices and develop strategies that promote sustainable development and reduce inequality on a global scale. Technological advancements also play a significant role in shaping economic systems. Innovations in technology can drive economic growth and create new opportunities, but they can also exacerbate inequalities if access to these advancements is not evenly distributed. Education and skill development programs are critical in ensuring that individuals can adapt to changing economic landscapes. By equipping people with the skills they need to succeed, these programs can help reduce poverty and promote economic mobility. Ultimately, the persistence of poverty is a complex issue that requires a multifaceted approach. By fostering collaboration and innovation, and by creating systems that promote both equity and growth, we can work towards a future where poverty is no longer a persistent problem. Education is often touted as the great equalizer, the key to breaking the cycle of poverty. A good education can open doors to better jobs, higher incomes, and a brighter future. However, access to quality education remains unequal, perpetuating the cycle of poverty across generations. Children from low-income families often attend underfunded schools, lack access to essential resources, and face significant barriers to higher education. This perpetuates a system where opportunities are determined by zip code, limiting social mobility and reinforcing existing inequalities. While education alone cannot solve the complex problem of poverty, it is an essential ingredient for individual empowerment and societal progress. Investing in quality education for all, regardless of background, is not just a moral imperative but also a smart economic strategy. By providing equal opportunities for all children to reach their full potential, we can create a more just and prosperous society for everyone. However, achieving this requires a commitment to addressing the systemic barriers that prevent millions of children from accessing the transformative power of education. Technology has revolutionized our world, creating unprecedented opportunities for economic growth and human advancement. From the assembly lines of the early 20th century to the sophisticated robotic arms of today, technological innovation has driven productivity and efficiency to new heights. These advancements have not only transformed industries but have also reshaped the way we live, work, and interact with each other. However, technological advancements have also contributed to widening income disparities, leaving many behind in the race for prosperity. In urban centers where technology is more readily accessible, individuals often find themselves at the forefront of economic growth. Conversely, rural areas with limited access to these advancements struggle to keep pace, resulting in a stark contrast in income levels and quality of life. Automation, while increasing efficiency and productivity, has displaced workers in certain sectors, particularly those in low-skill, low-wage jobs. The rise of machines capable of performing repetitive tasks with greater precision and speed has rendered many traditional roles obsolete. This shift has profound implications for the workforce, as individuals who once relied on these jobs for their livelihood now face an uncertain future. This has led to job losses, wage stagnation, and a growing sense of economic insecurity among those who are unable to adapt to the rapidly changing job market. The challenge of finding new employment opportunities is compounded by the need for new skills and training, which can be both time-consuming and costly. As a result, many find themselves trapped in a cycle of unemployment and underemployment, struggling to make ends meet. The digital divide further exacerbates these inequalities, with limited access to technology and digital literacy skills preventing many from participating fully in the digital economy. In a world where connectivity and digital proficiency are increasingly essential, those without access to these resources are at a significant disadvantage. This divide is not just about access to devices but also encompasses the skills needed to use them effectively. This creates a two-tiered society, with those who have access to technology reaping the benefits while others are left behind. The disparity in living conditions between technologically advanced areas and underdeveloped regions is stark, highlighting the urgent need for inclusive policies that address these gaps. Ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to benefit from technological progress is essential for fostering a more equitable society. Bridging the digital divide and ensuring that the benefits of technological progress are shared more equitably is crucial for creating a more just and inclusive future. Initiatives such as digital literacy workshops and community-based training programs play a vital role in empowering individuals with the skills they need to thrive in the digital age. These efforts help to level the playing field, providing opportunities for those who might otherwise be left behind. This requires investments in digital infrastructure, digital literacy programs, and policies that support workers in transitioning to new industries and acquiring the skills needed to thrive in the digital age. Governments, businesses, and educational institutions must collaborate to create a supportive ecosystem that fosters continuous learning and adaptation. By doing so, we can ensure that technological progress benefits all members of society, paving the way for a more inclusive and prosperous future. Globalization, the interconnectedness of economies and cultures worldwide, has brought about both opportunities and challenges. While it has facilitated trade, investment, and the flow of information, it has also contributed to widening income disparities between nations and within them. The outsourcing of jobs to countries with lower labor costs has led to job losses and wage stagnation in developed countries, particularly in manufacturing sectors. This has fueled a sense of economic anxiety and resentment, contributing to political polarization and social unrest. Globalization has also created a global race to the bottom, with corporations seeking out the lowest production costs, often at the expense of workers' rights and environmental regulations. This has led to sweatshop labor, environmental degradation, and a widening gap between the haves and the have-nots on a global scale. Managing the forces of globalization in a way that promotes sustainable development, ensures fair labor practices, and protects the environment is crucial for creating a more just and equitable world. This requires international cooperation, responsible business practices, and a commitment to social and environmental justice.